Hello everyone, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers. We're a bunch of middle-aged D&D nerds who love rolling dice, causing chaos, and telling ridiculous stories with as little editing effort as humanly possible. Our campaign is a wild, homebrewed dungeon crawl full of danger, mystery, bad decisions, and a lot of adult humour. We're all about fun first, rules second, and embracing every hilarious disaster along the way. If you're into epic quests, chaotic good vibes, and a group that accepts, you're in the right place. So grab your dice, grab your snacks, and get ready for some basic audio-edited Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Welcome to Dungeon Dwellers. Let's roll.
Hi, welcome. I am going to be your game master for the night. My name is Eddie. I have all of my lovely friends here tonight, and we're going to be starting a new campaign, and this is going to be session 1. You guys are now entering the world of Plantus. You've all come from all edges of the world of Plantus, and now you are in the city of Arkieus. I like Isses, if you haven't noticed. And the reason you've come to Arkieus is because you've heard tales of this tomb, this dragon lich's tomb opening, and people traveling into it and trying to delve the depths of this tomb that seems to have never-ending dungeons. And people keep trying to get layer and layer and floor down, and they can't. So you have come here, some with a friend, some by themselves, to Arkieus to explore and see if you can make your way down these dungeons to get to the bottom floor where they say you'll be granted power, wealth, wishes, whatever that your heart desires. So, I have on roll 20. I'm about to move you guys to the city of Arkieus. So, very simple town, very small. Honestly, you would ride your cart right through it and not notice it if it wasn't for the fact that there are so many people bustling on the streets right now for a city this size. And everyone is held up at the tavern, which is the biggest building next to the big, large tree. Point to it. There we go. People are going to the tavern, they're coming in and out, and they're going in by themselves and coming out as groups and heading towards the north in these droves of groups. And you guys get the idea that this is where you want to go. This is where you're going to start your adventure and maybe get the most information. So we're going to start with, I'm only going to choose mac and cheese because of the name first. So mac and cheese, you go ahead and introduce your character and what you're doing in the town.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Mac and Cheese Strongheart. I'm a stout halfling. Grew up, saved my village from rampaging squirrel mages, and kind of became a bit of a folk hero. They decked me out in this fancy armor here. I've always woodworker by trade, but also like to fight. I've never been one to be pushed around, and I heard about this dungeon thing and how I might be able to hook up with a couple other adventurous types, and so I figured I'd waddle myself into town and go check things out, see if I can find me a couple of tough other fellas to take out this dungeon with.
Okay, Mac, well, you end up at the tavern, and they have you sit down and basically give you what would equate to a medieval ticket. It has a number on it, and your number is 68.
Oh, so close.
So close. Okay, Phil and Ignatius, you both enter the town, and you see the whole town, and you see the tavern, and you head towards that way. Why don't you guys introduce your characters? You can pick who goes first.
Phil, why don't you go?
Very well. I am Phil Grim Horn. Phil Grim Horn, for your corpses will fill the grave. I am a dwarven I am a dwarf. Spoke. I heard you. Who was it? Anyway, I am about 4'6" dwarf, weighing about a good $180. Next to me, of course, is my brother.
I am Ignatius Grim Horn. We are identical twins. Our armor is the only thing that sets us apart. And we are constantly following our god, Dumathoin, to wherever we shall go. And it looks like he has brought us here.
Alright. So you guys enter the tavern and you get your numbers. Phil, you get 75, and Ignatius, you get 76.
This is a good omen.
And they set you guys to the side. And last but not least, I think it's called Quinton or Quinton.
Quinton Swift, Esquire. Yes, before you see a human of rather advanced years, possibly around the age of 75, fine clothes, worthy of his place in a nobleman's court, wearing a lovely shining breastplate and carrying a walking stick. Quinton walks ramrod straight despite his advanced years. He definitely looks the part of a visiting noble.
All right. You stand out a little bit in the tavern with your fancy clothes, but you do get a number, and your number is 96.
Crap.
But you guys are all sitting there, and as you're watching, you see people with their numbers, and they're just calling numbers at random. They're like 1, 14, 102, 35, and then
Bingo!
they're like they're grouping people up and sending them into a room, and then they leave the group. The group leaves the room and goes out, and all of them leave with a random person to guide them out. As you guys are all standing there, random male just starts calling out the numbers: 68, 75, 76, 96. Please come this way.
Hey, that's me.
Well, it's about time.
Get some cold cuts.
Is this a good or a bad omen?
We shall find out.
I don't know too much about omens, but I know I got a ticket.
A ticket I as well have, sir. As well I have.
But I have yet to be served my port.
The random NPC just gestures you into the room like, I've been dealing with this all day. Go, get in the room.
I hold the door open for Gordon's character. Quinton. Yeah, change your character names in Roll20 so I know your names.
Get on Zoom so you can see us.
That's how I know the names. If you guys didn't put it there, I'd be like, I'm a bad GM.
Well, in other words, I hold open the door for Quinton.
Thank you, my good sir.
Yeah, don't mind if I do.
As you guys enter the room, very basic, 4 walls, a desk. Sitting on the desk, though, is a halfling female with red hair, very light green eyes. I'm sending you guys the photo on Roll20. And she's sitting there, her legs just kicking on the desk. And she's like, oh, welcome. Okay, so you guys are going to be team XX1V. I'm going to lead you out. I'm going to take you to the tomb. I'm going to show you how to enter it. And it's your job to find your own way out. But I'm going to be the one that guides you in. Just make sure you remember what team you are, because that's how you collect, everybody together, or let me know how many people die.
My dear, a lesser man may make a comment about guiding us in, but I would not do such a thing. And I scowl at Mac and Cheese.
What did I do?
You know what you were about to do.
I was about to say any team that includes this lady, I'm in.
I'm not part of the team. I'm more of a guide. I just happen to be assigned to your team. I don't do the whole grouping adventure thing anymore. I learned my lesson. But you can call me Shell. I am Shell Stonewall, and I will lead you to the tomb. I'll lead you into the tomb. It's your own job to find your way down. You guys will be working as a group, If you like each other, you stick together. If you don't like each other, do whatever the hell you want. Once you enter the tomb, you're no longer our problem. Understand?
And it was, Shell, you said XX?
XX1V.
What?
It
Or I-
seems like a mouthful. Speaking of guiding us down,
Yes, old man? Did you have something to say or add to that?
oh, was that out loud?
Okay, well, you three are gonna have to make sure if he dies in the tomb to let one of our scavengers know, and then they will collect the body. Unless you want to bring him back.
He's so small, we'll probably just carry him back if he dies.
Anyway,
You got a
Okay.
problem with me, Bob?
so there are just 3 simple rules. Very simple. 1, no killing on the surface. The town, neutral zone. No killing each other, no fighting each other. No, none of that.
I lean in close to Quinton. You'd be surprised what you can live through.
2,
Hmm.
anything you find in the dungeon, you get to keep. In the dungeon, free game. 3, if you happen to make it down so many levels and need to come back, we do offer services of retrieval, but it includes taking all of your belongings as our own. Understand?
Do not worry. Once we are in, we will not be pulling out. Quinton Swift
Hey, he
never
thinks
pulls
I'm
out.
the dirty-minded one. What's up with this guy?
It's okay. I doubt he can get that deep.
Oh.
Now, if you don't mind, shall I show you the tomb?
Lead the way.
Shell will hop off the table. She's only roughly 3.5 feet. She's pretty short for a halfling.
We're about the same height then.
Yeah, she's closer to your height, but yeah, she's pretty short for a halfling. She walks you guys out and starts leading you through the town and giving you very basic history facts about the town and how it used to be overrun with dragons, and a lich came and killed all the dragons, but then the lich took over. The tree there is actually made of dark wood. Well, if you take a piece of the bark, you can see that the wood underneath is dark, and it instantly heals itself. It is a magical tree, so please don't hurt the tree, or it will hurt you. Forewarning. But she leads you north out of the city, and as she's walking you towards this graveyard, you can see it just has this unending shadowy cloud over it, and it's just perpetually in darkness. No matter, like, the clouds are not moving. It's just the graveyard is in pitch black darkness, like it's nighttime.
Quinton
Everything else,
leans
bright and
in
sunny.
to Ignatius the dwarf and says, "You know, this town isn't the only one with magical wood."
This old man's gonna find himself in some shenanigans.
Okay, so you guys get there.
Good
You
thing
look around.
Ignatius has a good sense of humor.
I look over at Phil with eyes that read, "What the fuck are we doing here?"
Shell will walk you into the graveyard. You guys walk in, and as soon as you step under the clouds, you feel this cold. This magical chill of cold goes over you, like nothing anyone has felt before. Shell just walks on through like it's nothing and says, "Oh, you'll get used to it. It's always cold here." Leads you in,
Ugh.
takes you to the center of this big mausoleum tomb, and you see a group right in front of you as they're walking in. Their tour guides leading them in, telling them what to do. How you walk in, see the tomb, you move the casket, there's stairs down. You take the stairs down, and you proceed forward. Shell will look at you guys. We give everybody about a 15-minute head start so that you're not bumping into each other. If you like, you could pay me and I can give you some tips and tricks that help you get in, or you can go in blind. This is where you start tipping.
Ooh, I do love going in blind.
That's okay, I doubted you could give me the tip. Anyone else?
I wow. Sorry, I'm used to being the dirty one.
It's amazing when I get to be DM.
I slide her a couple of golds and go, "Hey, that's 2 gold." I go, "Hey, what's the What's the skinny?
Takes the gold, looks at it, pockets it away in her woman pocket, aka breast, puts it away, looks at you and says, well, I can tell you this, that the runes always change, so your best putt is to make a mental map, if not physically write down the map, because if you come back the next day, the map is going to be different and you're going to get lost. So never have a permanent map. You want a temporary map for the day you go in.
You make it sound like I'm only going to be there for a little while.
Not
I mean, it is technically my first time, so, this lasting power might not be there.
I'll let you know. The furthest anyone has ever gotten is the 5th floor. I do know roughly what the first 3 floors are for sure, confirmed. Someone claims they got to the 5th floor, but they had to be rescued out. Not even my scavengers can get down to the 5th floor. We can only do the first 3.
Well, that's good to know.
I can let you know. So you gave me 2 gold. Here's your second one. Second tip is the 1st floor. Very basic dungeon. Don't go head first in the doors, though. You're going to want to assess the situation. You're not going to want to just, I'm going to open the door all willy-nilly and run right in.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me to jiggle the handle first, so I didn't go head first into the door.
You could jiggle it, but you might warn what's on the other side that you're there.
Fair enough. Knock first. Gotcha.
Doesn't hurt to be polite and ask for consent, yes.
Yeah, so... Hey, Quinton, you listening?
I assure you, I am not here because I knocked up the king's wife and daughter. I am here as... Wait, what? That wasn't your question, was it?
I put a hand on your shoulder. In Doomathorn's name, you should be blessed.
Quinton, go ahead and roll me that percentile. We'll just that'll be determined for the rest of the day for me. And Mr. Cheese.
That'll determine the rest of the day for me.
Yes.
60.
Okay. You're feeling like you're in your 30s.
Excellent.
Mr. Cheese, Shell will move over to you and say, so Mr. Cheese, I just wanted to let you know, because you seem the only one with their head on their shoulders, and I could make eye contact with you without having to look up. So I'm going to let you know something.
I'm all ears.
While you explore in the dungeon, if you keep your eye out, there are signs that point you in the right direction to the stairs that go down. Those symbols are very easy to see. There are fucking arrows carved into the walls. You just gotta find them.
Arrows and walls. Gotcha.
Most people don't notice them. They just think it's a crack in the wall. They're not very blatant, but if you look at the cobblestone as you're walking by, you will see arrows, and they will guide you. It's the best that my scavengers can do.
I would think having a couple of dwarves around, I'd be able to see, they'll be able to see what's carved into some stone here. I mean, they might not be the most talkative types here, but they look like they're good for something.
15 minutes goes by. That first group has gone in. Shell will lead you into the tomb, literally pushes the casket that you guys can see, and have stairs that goes down. All right, well, if you do die, is there anything you want me to pass on for you?
If I die, I will join my God, and that will be the most glorious day that there is.
Okay, I'm going to put down, is okay with me stripping them of everything. Okay, next.
That's pretty heavy.
I am a dwarf.
I tell you what, doll. If I die, just take this armor here back to my village, because they paid for it. They painted it. They made it look all snazzy and stuff. So I feel like they could, they might need it for the next hero. Just take my stuff to my village.
Ship armor to village. Got it.
If I die, let out my heart and return it to my king. He will know what to do.
Oh, can I do
Old
that?
man heart to king. Got
When
it.
I die.
Oh.
And I doubt without a stool you could.
He says, when I die, like he expects it.
All that's left is Mr. Philly Phil.
Brother,
Any last requests? Anything I should know? You'd like me to do?
Simply make sure that I do not become one of the undead.
oh, you would say that, wouldn't you?
Easy enough. Expected rate is roughly 1 in 4, and if I had to pick one, I'm not going to tell you who I'm picking. Now get down the stairs.
I elbow Phil. I think she means me, and I start trotting down the stairs.
Madame, it has been an absolute pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you after we have completed this dungeon.
If you get out of this dungeon, all 4 of you alive, I will buy you all 1 drink. 1 drink, though.
Quinton heads down the stairs.
I start heading down the stairs and I look back in Dimithorn's name.
Oh, I can tell you're gonna be a load of laughs.
Alright, so you guys make your way down the dungeon. You go down the stairs, and all you can see is just the stairs. All this other crap that seems to be on my roll 20 for some reason. I don't know what you guys could see, but I'm just...
I can see corners of stuff being removed.
Yeah, I don't know why all of this is on here.
There you
There we
go.
go.
There.
Okay, so you guys can see the stairs. Very simple. We'll put your tokens onto the map if and when you encounter anything. But I would like to have you indicate with 1 token where the group is moving. So I think Mac and Cheese is the only one that put a character token already.
I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I am here.
Perfect. So you guys will use Mac and Cheese to move around, and I will uncover things as you move. So, coming around the bend, you do see that the hallway keeps going down, but there is a door to your right. What would you all like to do?
I lean over to Phil and I go, really? You didn't have anything to say about... I would figure a grave cleric would have very specific things to do with your remains.
Yeah, he wants us to take his head off because that's how he refrains from being undead.
We got fancy pants smart ass Phil over here.
Hey, I'm just saying, if you die and you don't want to be undead in a lich dungeon,
Look, man, don't lecture me about death.
wouldn't think of it.
Now remember what she said. Head first, through the door, jiggle the handle hard.
You should go
Close.
do that.
Close. You guys just want to tackle the door, or do you want to? Because so I mean, it's a door or a corner. I mean,
Why don't we take a peek down the
I was
corner
gonna say
and see what's there?
I'm gonna go down the corner over here.
What is the lighting situation down here?
There are some torches on the wall, and when you look at the torches, they are magically lit. They have, like, a very unrealistic flame to them.
I would like to pick up one of the torches.
When you go to grab it, it's like a minor illusion. Just as light, but there's nothing there.
Can I look for any arrows carved into the wall?
Go ahead and roll me a perception. And remember, I do allow dice and all that fun stuff if you want to do it. If not, you can do it on Roll20, D&D Beyond, whatever you fancy. As for Mac and Cheese, as you come around the bend, you see that it does curve around
25.
again. Okay. So you're looking around, and you do see that the arrow points straight down the hall where Mac and Cheese is going.
Looks like
I'm not
a
even
door.
gonna attempt to draw it because it's gonna be ugly. But yeah, basically keep going straight.
Ew.
And now there's a door.
Oh, looks like there's a door here. It looks like we get a chance to knock. Oh wait, that was only on the 4th floor. She said we could go through these.
Quinton, if you will.
Yeah, Quinton, open the door.
I step back and let Quinton get to jiggling.
I reach out, open the door, and step back.
Okay. You open the door, reach it open, and it looks basically empty from what your perspective is inside the room.
Gentlemen?
Just curious, do we see any tracks left by the last party?
Yes. When you were walking down the hall, especially with Ignatius's perception, they went into the door on the right.
Ah, see? Road less traveled. So I just step into the room, look around.
Okay. As you step into the room, you get to see this. Here we go. So you get a choice of technically 4 doors. 5 doors. Oop, there you go. You have door right across the way. Right over here, ping ping. You got the cord down here in the corner. Ping ping. One up here in this corner, really small door. Quinton could fit through. The dwarves would have to squeeze through, but it's a pretty small door. You have one door right over here to your left, and then one door that looks like it's peeking around over on this side. Again, another small door. Like it's not designed for very tall or big people.
Tell me, Phil, do you know why this room has precisely 4 doors?
5 doors.
There are 5 doors.
Precisely.
Technically 6 if you count the one you came into.
Hmm.
And there is a chest in the corner. Right there. This little chest. Beep.
That couldn't possibly be anything terrible, could it?
Well, if none of you are going to open the chest, neither shall I.
I'm not. I mean, what the hey, right? We didn't come here to play pillow fights with each other. So I walk over.
You only live once, right, Phil?
I walk over to the chest.
Okay.
To axe on my shoulder and see if there's a lock or if it's just even openable.
It's just a normal chest. It's
Can I
over,
cast
has a
guidance
little
on
latch.
him?
Yeah, sure.
Guidance.
Little latch, no lock.
I tickle the latch.
Nothing happens.
I open the latch and lift the lid.
Inside, basically almost empty chest. You do find at the bottom that it has 3 gold pieces and a broken compass.
You know, I've never been one to be too greedy, so I'm just gonna grab the broken compass because it might come in useful.
Do the coins seem to belong to the country that we are in?
Yep. Really old, though.
May I see that compass for a second?
Sure. I'll hand it to him.
Go over to Phil. Is this too broken?
Can Phil examine the compass to see if the mending spell would work on it?
Roll me an Arcana, because you realize that it's not just a normal compass.
Okay. That's a +4. 19.
Okay. You realize your mending spell could absolutely return it back to a normal compass, but it will not return the magical attributes that's attached to it. It would need a very powerful wizard or sorcerer of someone who has high power to re-enchant it to its original power. But you could make it a normal compass.
It appears that the compass itself was magical at some point. I could return it to its normal state, but mending, of course, won't return its magic.
See.
We would still have a functioning compass, however.
Well, any jack-off can get a working compass. Maybe magic can be restored or something. Maybe. But that's just me.
Perhaps it would be best to wait.
Perhaps. Perhaps we can restore it fully later, or find someone who can.
That is a wise decision.
Well, don't blame me for that.
I wouldn't.
I would like to move the chest and look behind it and under it.
Roll me investigation.
That would be a dirty 20.
You're rolling. You move the chest. You're moving around. There's nothing under the chest. There's nothing behind the chest. You're getting a little frustrated and kind of like set the chest down a little hard, and you hear a little clunk. Something fell off the bottom of the chest, and you lift it up again, and there's a key under the chest.
Gentlemen, are any of these doors locked? And I hold up the key.
Let's go check some doors. I start checking doors.
Is this a hallway directly above the chest? It
Right
looks like
over
there's a
here.
little cut in the wall. Nope. Right here.
Yes, that is a hallway that leads into pitch blackness. There's no door. It's just a hallway. There you go. A little more room.
Well, I'm gonna check this door real quick, see if it's locked.
Door is not locked, and it's about your size.
How about this door next to it?
Door is not locked, but I would like you to roll a perception.
18.
You hear noises on the other side. Not sure what the noises are, but you know there's something on the other side of this door.
Hey, fellas. There's something on the other side of this door.
I get my mace and my shield. I just start preparing myself.
You know we don't have to open the door, correct?
Well, I mean, how are we gonna, move on if we don't make friends along the way?
5 doors, 1 hallway, and we have not yet looked for any of those arrows, I believe.
I saw an arrow pointing in here.
Correct, but from in here you have found how many?
Are there any arrows in here?
Roll me a perception. Mac, did you still want to go for that door, or did you want to look at the other doors while he looks for arrows?
While he looks for arrows, I'm gonna check and see if this one's locked.
Door is not locked.
Okay. Let's move on down to this one.
21.
You find an arrow, and I'll let you know where it's pointing after Mac rolls me a Constitution saving throw from touching the door.
10.
Yeah, as soon as you touch the door, you get this horrible, sickening feeling that goes into the pit of your stomach, and whatever you ate that day, you just vomit it up.
Wait, was I poisoned?
Nope, it just made your tummy churn.
Oh, okay.
It just, you got really stomach sickness, like hungover, alcohol, bleh.
Would guidance help at all?
If he wants to roll it at his guidance, do it, yeah. This Constitution 10 plus...
What does guidance...
D4?
D4.
D4.
So 10 plus 1, 11.
Damn. I tried.
Still up, Chuck. But you do get the sense that the door's warning you of something. It's also unlocked.
Okay.
As you're going towards the other door, Ignatius, you see an arrow
Not this door.
to the last door that he has not checked. And when he does check it, it is locked.
Hey, I found the locked door.
That is the one the arrow is pointing to as well, so...
That door? I don't like that door.
I insert the key and turn.
Okay. As you put the key in, you turn it. I would like you to please roll me a wisdom saving throw.
How's a natural 20 for 22 do?
Good. You feel the fear wash over you, and you just shake it off. And you unlock the door, and it opens up.
Oh, crap. Our first natural 20.
For everyone listening, the reason he says that is I keep track of natural 20s and natural 1s to balance out the game. So every natural 20 we get, I add it up. Every natural 1 we get, I add that up. And I just either throw something at you or I give you something, counting how many I get.
Never
Alright.
played a D&D game before where I hoped for natural ones.
I feel like if you guys get more natural 1s, it makes the story more fun, and I get to throw more prizes at you, like inspiration, fun magical items, and so on. But you do
Now-
peek in the door.
Before
And-
stepping in,
Mhm.
do I see any traps or anything of the like?
Roll me perception. Also, weird question. Who has dark vision? So I know now.
Not I.
That would be this guy here and the
I
two dwarves.
So the one human looking in has no dark vision. Got
Uh-huh.
Right.
it.
That'd be a
That-
13.
That's why I'm standing back, just letting him do his thing. Like,
You honestly, you do look in and there's nothing there.
Coast is clear, boys.
yeah, if you don't mind. And I stick my head in and like lift up my patch so that my good eye can look inside.
Roll me perception.
I assure you, I just looked.
I'm sure you did. A 12.
You look around, I give you a little more space to look at. Boop. You do see another door up ahead a little bit. You're looking around the room, and you get the sense that once you walk into the room will fully light up like the other rooms do. When you walk in, the minor illusion activates, it sets off the lights so you can see, like a motion sensor light.
Oh, that looks like fun. So I plop my patch back down and step boldly inside.
You step inside, and the little lights turn on. Let me get rid of this darkness. Boop. So you do get a couple more doors to choose from. Okay. So you got total of 4 doors, not including the one you just walked into from. Basically 3 doors with actual doors, and then the one across the way is more of a hallway door. There's no actual door, it's just an arch.
Are there any more arrows?
Roll me perception.
You ever think something's just a little too easy, and then all of a sudden you're like, why do I feel like something bad's about to happen?
25.
There are no arrows in this room.
Hmm. That's a bad omen.
Ah, you and your omens.
Omens are the only thing we can really tell.
Okay. Well, my gut is telling me let's go through the archway, because these little doors seem like there's a bunch of stuff behind those. And
At least that is how it has seemed. If you were going to set a trap, you'd let people assume one thing, and then at an appropriate time, make the switch.
well, this is a dungeon. Dungeons are not, known for not having traps. I mean, I've only read about it in books so far, so this is definitely my first time.
I start praying silently to myself, asking for a sign.
No sign comes to you. You don't see anything in the room.
I'm gonna start going towards the arch.
Okay. You look for the most
I'll
part
follow.
into the arch. You look in. Do you step in or do you just look in?
Screw it, I'm stepping in.
I'm following.
I don't know. Not being in the brains department.
Wish there was an easier way to uncover all the darkness without giving away everything. There we go. So you enter the room. And inside the room, you look around, and seems okay. But I'd like all of you who stepped into the room to roll me a perception.
I think that's you and I, buddy. 19.
14.
Mac, you're a little distracted looking around for arrows or other doors. Ignatius, you hear it before you see it, and you hear this small chittering and clacking,
Shh, what's that?
and it's coming from above you.
What's what?
Something from above?
And
What?
as you look up, 3 giant-ass spiders come down from the roof. Let's be bigger.
Cool.
Roof. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, there's 3. There we go.
Jesus.
Getting really filled in.
Yep. So, I would like everyone to roll initiative, and then I will take a stage where you're gonna battle.
3.
Oh, there goes
6.
my dice. Come back here.
Right, so we got Ignatius with the 3.
11.
I got an 8.
Bill with 11. Mac with 8. And Quinton?
6.
Holy crap, guys, come on. I can only be so nice.
Hey,
All
death
right, well,
comes for us all, right, Ignacio?
Here
Yes.
is the battle map. We're going to just use it very simple. This is going to be the circumference of the room every time because I'm lazy.
Dun, 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 dun,
No.
dun, 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 dun,
And
dun,
yes,
dun.
I have the battle music for you. Here you go. Let's see. So, how are we going to do this? You guys don't have tokens yet. There's your token. Perfect. You there.
Blah!
Jordan. I'm going to make you. Red dot. John. I'm going to make you. Blue dot.
Woo!
Freddy. Red. Green dot. Okay. Does everyone see their dots?
Yes.
Okie dokie. So those are your dots. Let me just
Can
move
we
you-
control them?
In a second, you will be. Settings. Controlled by. That. Should be able to. I think I set you all to everybody. Correctly.
I cannot select the token.
Players.
This part will be edited out.
Well,
This
if I
part
feel like it.
will be edited out.
Let's see, Gordon.
This part is brought to you by
John.
loading.
This part is brought to you by Mongo's My Little Pony Band. Okay.
Hey guys, this part of the show is sponsored by the Wonderbolts Band.
Yep.
We're
so you can
Texas's
move now.
loudest pony rock band. We have our new album, Wonderbolts 10-1, out on all streaming services now.
It has this really cool song called Pig Fascist. It's pretty dope.
Can you move them or no?
No.
How is it
Negative.
set to all players? That's weird.
Boing, boing,
Go away.
boing.
Mongo, stop it! Shoot! I'll delete you. Okay, let's try this again.
I
Ready.
feel like I got deleted.
You did. Ready. We're going with the green. Bam. Got John.
Whoop.
Going with the blue. Can you move, you guys?
No.
Gordon.
Nope.
Hey, you just fixed it too. Wow. Can you guys even see the your guys'
Journal page?
characters?
No.
Yeah. Okay, let me see.
Yeah, I can see the journal page.
Yeah, I see those come up now.
Okay. Now, do you see them on the under the character sheet? Under the characters.
I see bio and info.
grab your name and drag it to the board.
Does not work.
Yeah, it will not allow me to click and drag. Well, it does, but
Oh,
it
there we
pops
go.
up a black no circle.
Figured it out. I'm blonde. That's all it is. Okay. John. Okay. Now try to drag him out. Yay!
Ah. Hey.
Okay. Now, can you guys add colored dots? Do you know how to do that?
No.
Okay, you click on your thingy, and then there's a little circle underneath. Click on the circle, and then it opens up color choices.
Boop, I'm blue.
There
Green.
we go. Yay! Yay! Okay, so let's see. You walked in. You walked in. You didn't walk in. We're going to walk in. Okay, so you guys are towards the back. You two are up front. And now we're back to actual combat. Alright, so 3 giant spiders come down from the roof. And they do attack first because you guys all rolled very terrible initiative.
That we did.
I thought I rolled bad with a 12. I'm like, come on, 12.
I almost beat it.
Almost. Alright, so good. Okay, so I have that in order on my side. So all 3 spiders are gonna attack. Let's see. Spider number 1 is gonna move and bite at mac and cheese. And I do have it so you guys can see my rolls, so it's much more fun. So first, bite. Oh, I don't think that hits with us. Oh, why is it rolling so many things? 10 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, so that one doesn't get you. This one is gonna bite at mac and cheese because you glow.
Hey,
Nope, not gonna get you. I'm rolling terrible.
that's what I get for looking like a lure.
You kind of do. You kind of glow in this thing. And then the last one will attack. It was Ignatius up front, right? Yep, Ignatius
Yep.
will. With Ignatius, though, I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw because it is trying to web you up.
Ooh. Okay. 11.
Got it to beat 13. So you, the target is restrained in the webs until they are destroyed. The webs are vulnerable to fire, but they are immune to poison and psychic damage. But you are basically immobile. Can't move.
Okay.
You're stuck in the webs.
That's cool.
After
cool.
spiders goes, boop boop boop. We're going with Philly Phil.
Alright. Bill will enter into the room, see the spiders, immediately see the spiders at this point, see his brother wrapped up, and first he's going to do is cast Bane on all 3 of the spiders, so I need a charisma saving throw from each of them.
I'm just gonna roll 1 because I'm lazy.
Probably DC 13.
13. They got a negative
Alright.
3, so they're ugly spiders. Ugly.
Well, nothing happens.
Okay.
So, my turn ends.
Alright.
'cause
Did you wanna
that's
move
my
or
action.
stay there? You're
That's fine.
roughly 40-ish feet away from them.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Actually, 25 and move to there. So moving alongside Ignatius. And I'll end my turn there.
Alright, mac and cheese.
All right. Fortunately, I had my axe ready. Taking a swing at the guy on the left here. This ugly mug.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a 16.
Alright, 16 hit.
All right. I will do damage on that one. It's going to be 8 damage, and I'm going to use my weapon mastery to do cleave, where I can attack a critter within 5 feet of them. So attacking the one to the right, and that's a natural 1. But I got to re-roll it because of my because of my weapon mastery, and it came up as a natural 20. So
that down, and then that went down. Okay, so you definitely hit it. Damage.
So that's going to be critical damage. It's going to be 2d12 because I don't get my +2 or +3 strength modifier. Or that's 13 points of damage to the second one.
All right. So you take this axe and you take a big swing at the first one, and you think you're gonna miss the second one, but you're like, no, and you keep swinging and cleave into the second one, giving it more damage than the first one. Did you want to try to move or stay right there?
Nope, I'm staying right where I'm at.
All right. Well, then after Mac and Cheese is Quinn.
Quinn, seeing what's going on and the vicious hook that the second one hit, he is going to point his walking stick at it, and a bolt of energy flies towards it. Eldritch Blast.
All right. Go ahead and roll me to hit.
That would be an 8.
That will not hit.
What does your Eldritch Blast look like?
It tries to shoot out the end of your stick, and it kind of just pitters and does a little trickle.
I swear this never happened when I was younger. And I will move 30 feet forward.
Okay.
Just sparkling in white.
It was pink, thank you very much.
Oh, okay.
All right. After Quinn, Ignatius. You are.
Might want to get that looked at.
You are restrained in the web. If you like, you could do another dexterity saving throw to try to get out. I'll even go for a strength saving throw, being you're a brute.
Is the spider that webbed me or any spider within like 5 feet of me that I can touch?
They're all right there.
You're restrained down by the web, so you have to like break free to use your arms.
Okay.
So break free first, and then absolutely right there.
Gotcha. Well, let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and give you a strength saving throw and see if that gets me out. That's gonna be an 18 plus 2 for dirty 20.
Alright, yep, you break your arms free, easy peasy, like, oh, this is ridiculous. Break your arms out, and we'll count that as a bonus.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Then I am going to reach out to the spider that webbed me, and I am going to lay my hands upon it and inflict wounds. So could I please get a Constitution saving throw from you? You gotta be 14.
17.
17?
17.
Damn. Do you get half damage? Yeah, on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. So take half damage. Yeah. That's going to be 11 points, so half to 5.
Alright, perfect.
Of necrotic damage.
Would you like to try to move or stay right there?
I am going to not move. I'm going to stay right there.
Okie dokie. So it goes back to the top of the round with the spiders.
The spiders.
So we're gonna go. Seeing how Mac and Cheese seems to be a threat, the first two are going to try and web you. So I need two dexterity saving throws First one to see if you get trapped. Second one will become harder because they're trapping you twice.
So why not just have me roll a disadvantage?
That works too. Well, I was gonna say the disadvantage is for the second one. First one is just
okay.
because the first
I
one's
got
shooting
you.
at you, and then the second one's gonna go.
Okay.
Stop helping.
Sorry.
Well, the first one's 9, so I'm fairly certain I got webbed there.
Yeah, you're stuck inside. Roll me another dexterity saving throw at disadvantage to see how much more is encumbered of you being webbed.
Fair enough. Well, that should have rolled a disadvantage, but we'll roll it this way, and we'll take the
Head to toe,
a
you
9
are now,
and an 8.
from head to toe, you are now bundled up inside this cocoon. And what's your constitution?
Hey, it's kind of warm in here. My constitution?
Well, yeah, the constitution modifier.
Well, I was going to say my constitution's a 15, but I have advantage against poisons.
No, that's fine. What's your modifier?
Normally a +2 or a +4 for saving throws.
+2 means you got 2 minutes of air. You can hold your breath
okay.
for 2 minutes. You are fully encased inside this cocoon of.
Got you. I've been shiloed.
Yes, you just all nice and warm and cozy, but you're losing air. So that's 1, 2, and then the third one is gonna bite at Ignatius.
Sure.
Did you already broke free? Ooh, I rolled terribly. A total of 8.
16 to hit me.
So bites at you and fails, and now it goes to Phil.
Look out!
And Phil is going, just because I have trauma of things being in straight lines. Take a step over here, and we're gonna try this again. Charisma saving throw from all of them.
Alright. This one up there. Oh, damn. Why is it when it's you? The 14.
Once again, nothing happens, and I end my turn.
I mean, yes, I'm a DM. I don't want you to win. Not damn it. Alright. So after Phil, it goes to Mac and Cheese. You are restrained. I would like you to either do dexterity or strength saving at disadvantage, and the number is much higher to break loose.
Of course.
Break free.
9.
Okie dokie. You're still restrained. You can't move. And you can feel your air just slowly going away. After Mac and Cheese is Quinn. One of your peoples is covered in webs, one is fighting, and the other one seems to be shooting magic that's not hitting. Like you. Muted, love.
There we go. We shall take a look at how far I need to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to move next to Mac.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to once again use my walking stick, but this time I'm going to take a thwack at the spider in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm assuming a 9 does not hit.
9 does not hit.
But I'm going to look over at Mac, and I'm going to say, next time, try harder. Bardic Inspiration.
So you do hear that through the webs, and you feel that little like encouragement of I need to get out of this and beat that old man to death.
And that is the end of my turn.
Perfect.
This guy.
Ignatius. Igna, go ahead.
Alrighty. I am going to go ahead and I don't have any fire spells, buddy. I'm gonna go ahead and just try to wall up the spider with my mace.
Alright. The one directly in front of you or to the side?
The one that tried to web me.
Okay, that's this one.
I have a personal grudge. And I'm going to look back at my brother Phil, and I'm going to go, we've gave him prayers. Let's give him the thumps. And let's see. Do it hit? Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong thing to roll. Roll to hit. 12.
12 does not hit.
Damn. Oh, that's going to end my turn.
Okay. All right, and now it comes back around. It's gonna go spiders, and then Phil. Now that there is a new target because one of them is restrained, the two on the right are going to attack Quinn. One with a bite, and then I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw. Afterwards, this is going to web you. So 20 to hit with a total of 6 points of damage.
I will be using my reaction to cast the shield spell as a light gossamer appears over me.
Okay. No bite, but roll me a dexterity saving throw to get out of the way of the web.
Just a 10.
Okay. Nope. You are covered in webs from your neck down. You can't move. You are restrained.
All right.
And the third one is going to bite at Ignatius. The other ones are restrained with... Why can I not hit you with a total of 12?
Ha!
Alright, well, you can't hit Ignatius, but now it's Phil's turn.
Okay. 2 people restrained.
Mm-hmm.
Why is my stuff not moving now? It'll move. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to actually think of what to do here.
No, you're good. I thought the spiders would be the easy one.
Okay. Bill is going to 5, 10, 15, and is going to use the help action to try and get mac and cheese out.
Okay, roll me a strength. Yours is not a saving throw. Just roll me a strength check as you're tearing at. Or are you going to use like an axe or a knife?
Do I actually have a small knife on me? Yes, it'd be part of the adventurous pack, so I'll use the small knife on my belt.
Okay.
To try and cut it.
Roll me a strength check. You'll be using the knife.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So you do cut it free from his top half up. He is free, but from his waist down, he is still stuck because he got webbed twice. But you did set him free, and he can breathe again.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
And that was my help action, so that ends my turn.
Okay. So after that, it is mac and cheese.
All right. Look, as long as I can attack.
You just can't move. Like, your waist is stuck.
Who cares?
You're doing this little number.
That's great axe to the guy on the left. That'd be a store-bought 20
That'll work. Damage.
for 15 damage, and then cleave again to the next one in line. And that's damn it! It's gonna be another natural 20.
Okay. Roll the
Yeah,
damage.
you say okay.
I do.
For 14 points of damage.
Okay. You swing your axe, and both, it just cleaves right through the first spider's head and just sections off his head from his body, and your axe swings into the second one, and it looks like it's going to get stuck right in his pincers because his head turns to look, and you just split right into the head of the spider between his pincers and eyes. But both of them are dead.
Teach you to cover me in your gooey whiteness.
And so after that, because you can't move, it will be Quinn's turn.
I shall once again be attempting to hit it with a blast of eldritch energy. Mother. And failing that, I'm going to look very disappointed with myself.
Pitter out. Alright, again, it just kind of pitters out and falls down. Do you want to stay there? Move?
Well, I'm whipped here, so...
Oh, that's right, you are stuck from there. Yep, so you'll stay there. Ignatius.
Woo! I'm going to point at the spider in front of me and use Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Good old Guiding Bolt, don't fail me now. 13.
That hit.
Oh my god, thank god.
You guys kept getting 11 and 12. I'm like, come on, just get the 13. 13!
It's going to be 14 points of damage.
Oh, still alive.
Of radiant damage, and it is all sparkly now, so anybody who takes attack against it will have advantage until my next turn.
Alright, well, stay there or move?
I'm going to stay right here without incurring an attack of opportunity.
Alright, last spider's turn. He sees what is going on and makes one last ditch attempt. And will attempt to web up Ignatius. So DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
Alrighty, let's see. DC 13 dexterity. It's gonna be a 9.
Alright, you are webbed. You cannot move, you are restrained, and because Mac and Cheese is restrained, he can make an attack, because he's only restrained from the waist down, with disadvantage as it tries to run away.
I will make that attack at disadvantage. 7.
Misses.
Remember, you do have a +6 from your bardic inspiration.
Can
Plus
you get
yeah.
it to a 13?
Okay, so that's a 7. I'll use the D6 for a 3, so that gets me to 10, and then I will use one of my second winds to add a D10 plus 3, or sorry, to add another D10 for tactical mind worth. So I'm at 10. So all I need is a 3 or higher. You hear that, D&D Beyond?
All right, let's see.
An 8. Woo!
All right, you do hit him.
Nice.
Now roll me some damage.
Worked my way up to an 18. That's pretty funny. It's gonna be 7 damage.
He only had 5 hit points left, so you do cleave it with your axe. You're like, no!
Where are you going? Nowhere.
And that dies, goes boom boom. And we are no longer in combat, and you guys have killed the first 3 spiders.
I take my hand axe out and start hacking away at all the webbing at my feet and help Ignatius out and help Quinton out, and I pat Quinton on the leg because I'm less than half his height. I pat him on the leg and I go, "Hey, don't worry about it, old guy. You know, certain men of a certain age, you know, and the wood don't shoot as far as it used to, you know, or as accurately. Nothing to be ashamed of."
I assure you, it shall not happen again.
What is he, from Jersey?
Look, with a name like Mac and Cheese, come on.
Okay, so you do hack up the spider. You figure out that the body of the spider is mostly air. There's not a lot in it. Like scientifically, there's not a lot in there, but basic organs. All the meat and parts of the spider are in the legs, like crab, mandible. But you do find you get. I don't know if you want to keep them, but you get a total of 8 unbroken spider legs.
I
Giant
would like.
spider legs.
I want those. You said 8 of them?
Please tell me you do not intend to eat that.
We'll see.
So there are 8 of them. They all roughly weigh about 2 to 5 pounds each, counting how big of the leg you're going to take. If you take the full leg, it's a full 5 pounds. If you're going to just take sections of it, it is 2 pounds for the smaller piece.
I want to take the full leg.
Okay, so 8 times 5 is 40 pounds.
Oh,
So you just bundle them up.
We're doing encumbrance here.
Oh, yes.
Well, then I'll take 2 pounds.
Okay. So you basically break them down, you get the thick part of the meat, and you have a total of 10 pounds of spider legs.
10 pounds of spider leg meat. Okay.
But now that the room has died down, there are 3 doors and the one archway in that you came in. In the last room, there were no arrows.
Any arrows? Like, can I perceive any arrows?
Roll me a perception.
Perception. God damn it. 11.
Doesn't look like there are any arrows. Nothing
I
standing
don't
out.
see anything.
You guys want to try another door, or do we just want to try a door down here?
Let's try a door down here.
These look like a bunch of tiny doors.
So these are regular sized doors. Only 2 doors up top were small. The other ones will be these are
Oh,
all
okay.
regular ones. Yeah.
So which door we want to kick in?
That one.
Which one?
Which one?
How do I make it ping ping?
You
Push
kind
it
of just
home.
like,
Yep.
okay. Kicking it
moment he-
down, opening it.
I said which one we kicking down. He said that one, so I'm gonna go kick it down.
Roll me a strength. Strength check.
Roll it.
You roll it.
Natural 1, but I'm lucky. So it's gonna end up being a 13 plus 3, 16.
It says 17.
Yeah.
So you
17.
kick it. And you feel your foot just kick the door, and your foot goes through the door with the strength that you're using. That would be your 1 that gets switched, but in doing so, your 17 pushes the full body and the door opens.
So
the door is attached to your foot.
Yeah, I was gonna say my foot goes into the door, and then the door just opens with me just hanging onto it by my leg.
You're a lot of fun at parties, huh?
Oh, you know. I'm telling you that lucky feature for being tiny, saving my butt tonight.
Hell yeah.
Keep in mind, this is a halfling with a full-size door attached to their leg.
Yeah, so it's like little dangling halfling. But you do peek in the door with, getting your foot unattached from the door. But in doing so, when you kick that door, it did make a loud echoing sound. I would like everyone to roll me a perception. Keep wanting to say perception.
Perspection.
Yeah, perception.
Natural. No, wait. Sorry. 14 plus 6, so dirty 20.
14. Just 14.
19.
21.
Everyone but Mac and Cheese, because Mac and Cheese is trying to get his foot out of the door. Hears it. And there's no denying what that sound is, and it is the sound of blood-curdling scream and the sound of crunching bones.
Huh.
emanating from the room that you just kicked open.
I would like to close the door.
So you just like pull mac and cheese.
Exactly.
So you pull him, closing the door, you jam his foot out of it. But yeah, there was a very unmistakable sound of someone screaming, and then the crunching of bones. Maybe a little bit of squishiness there too.
So I lift up my I lift up my patch and I look inside the hole where my foot once was and use my dark vision, see what I can see inside there.
It is a completely empty room.
Oh, well, what are you guys afraid of? Just because there's disheartening, blood-curdling screams and crunching of blood and body parts, I mean, come on.
You're right. It absolutely could be another adventurer eating some kind of monster in there.
See, there you go. That's the spirit.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh. Well,
Who's sarcastic? I haven't met them.
oh,
Oh
brother.
boy.
So you do have two other doors to choose from. One down below that's attached to the same wall that you heard the blood-curdling screams from. Because technically it's all one wall right here.
Let's go check over this one then.
Yeah, I would like to go to that
Phew.
one, and I would simply like to
Hopefully-
knock on the door.
Hopefully fewer blood-curdling screams.
So you want to knock on the door?
I would like to knock on the door.
Alright. You knock on the door.
I stand behind him.
No sound. Not even the knock. Echoes.
Housekeeping.
No noise. Don't even
Not
throw
even the
perception. It's
knock.
just quiet.
So we have one room that we do not know about. We have another room with blood-curdling screams and crunching of bones. And then we have a third room with an absence of noise.
Mhm.
Gentlemen,
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
I'm down for the blood-curdling screams myself.
no.
At least that has the privy of us knowing there's something in there. I don't know
I
what
need a
could
DM
be in
screen.
here.
I keep smiling. You guys keep looking at me, and I'm just like,
I'm with mac and cheese on this one.
Well, now I'm starting to question my own smartness.
How about we examine the third option?
What, this one down here?
That would be the third, yes.
I, put my head down and bum rush it.
Stop.
Fortunately, I
stop?
don't move. Fortunately, I don't move very fast, so I slow down. What?
The pretty young lady said not to rush in head first, and I believe that also counts for foot first.
That was the 4th floor. She said on the 4th floor, there's lots of doors, but don't just go punching through them because they're like a normal, it's like a normal dungeon. But did she
Tell
say
me.
the 1st floor was like a normal dungeon?
Didn't
Tell
you
me.
bolster that you were courageous earlier?
Do you think when you act, or just act like you're thinking?
Yes.
Carry on.
would you like to break down the door?
No, I just jiggle the handle.
You jiggle the handle?
Yeah.
It's unlocked.
I gingerly open the door. Housekeeping?
Roll me a perception. Anyone who would like to listen.
To listen?
So he's
8.
cracking the door open to listen in, basically, not to really look in.
I want to listen.
17.
7.
9.
So, Phil, the best way I can describe this to you is squishy, squashy noises. As like someone is taking goop and smacking it on the ground and picking it up and then dropping the goop, picking the goop up, dropping the goop again. and it's just this suctiony, squishy sound.
Like stirring mac and cheese.
Why are you stirring me? That's weird. You're weird. Leave me alone. You know what?
So,
No one ever got famous staying in one spot, and I walk in.
All right, mac and cheese walks in. Are you guys gonna join him?
For sure. I'll take
Sure.
squishy over bone crunchy.
I will be bringing up the rear.
That's what she said.
That is indeed what she said.
All right. Inside the room, you see a green pile of goo just sitting there, and it keeps getting bigger because there's just this drip going from the roof, dripping onto this green pile of goo. That's what's making the noise. But the goo's not moving. It just sits there as this big glop of goo falls from the roof, smashes into it, and it makes this gloppy sound.
That's pretty gross. As I point at it. Now
Can
look
I-
up.
Everything reminds me of her.
You do look up, and the only thing on the roof is this. The best way I can describe it is gooey moss. Think moss that has been sitting in the rain for years, and it's just this mushy,
Moist.
overwatered moss on the roof,
Yeah.
and it's dripping this goo.
Well, I'm gonna avoid the pile of goo.
There is an archway over here, and then a door down here.
Archway.
Archway over here. Oh, no, where's my arrow? This is an archway down here.
Yep.
This is a door, and then this right here is a like cell door, like it's iron bars, but you can't open it.
Can I look through it?
Yes.
I want to look through the iron bars.
You can see a wall
Nice.
that goes around a bed.
Well, I feel the archway is inviting.
We've had good luck with archways so far.
All right.
I appreciate a good arch.
You guys walk towards the archway?
You guys want to check for an arrow or something first? or-
Sure, I'll check for arrows.
Roll
Team
me-
Dwarves should be checking for arrows every room.
Oh, that's a natural 20 plus 6 for a 26.
We're gonna
Alright.
get set upon by a fucking dragon before we even get down to the next level.
Or
You will
they
see.
might give us something cool.
You'll see no arrows, but you will see a very, very distinct X over the archway.
There's an X over this archway, not an arrow.
Well, from where I'm from, X is gonna give it to you.
I would like everyone to please roll another perception check.
Oh, that's funny.
May I kick mac and cheese?
You can kick him instead of rolling a perception if you like.
I would like to kick him instead of rolling my perception check.
All right, kick it. Roll me an attack.
I swing wildly and miss with a 6,
Yeah.
but I feel vindicated.
And I am too busy laughing at him attempting to kick me, so I rolled an 8 in perception.
I was trying to look and then I saw this action, so I only got an 8.
Phil?
18.
Phil, the only adult here.
Seriously, he's like watching his 3 toddlers. Phil? You hear the crunching. You hear the squishy. You hear... There's no other way to... I don't know how the best way to describe this. But you know when you bite into a steak and it makes that tearing of flesh sound?
Oh, yeah.
But it's loud enough to be heard?
Oh, yeah.
That's coming from the X.
Oh.
I would suggest we not go through that arch.
No. Like I said, the X is going to give it to you, and I don't think there's anything we want back there, so let's go through this door.
Can I examine that small the door by the cell, I believe it is.
So that's where Mac and Cheese is heading over. There's that
Ah.
one small door. Yep. You want to examine it or try to open it?
I would like to examine it.
Roll me an investigation.
Dirty 20.
Examine the door. You look at the door. You notice that on the door, the door's unlocked. Obviously, you might figure that out quite easily. But on the door, you see a small etching written on the door, and it says, "Level 1, more like no fun."
This door is very prosy.
Hey, isn't that like right up your alley and stuff?
Now, we don't know each other that well.
But the door is unlocked if you guys would like to open it.
I would like to open it.
Open the door. See a hallway.
I'm just saying, people who tend to talk good tend to write poetry, and you
Oh, I thought you were implying that I... never mind.
you talk the goodest I know.
I'm sure that is a compliment where you come from.
Alright. Do you
You also know what sass is where I come from.
Gentlemen, would you like to go down this hallway here and leave the squelching and bone crunching behind us?
That sounds like a plan.
We can avoid the fight for now, but I think in the end, we'll face it anyway.
You start going down the hallway, and it turns into a normal 5-foot wide hallway into a 3-foot wide hallway, so you're kind of like shimmying down the hallway. But you do find a door.
3-foot wide hallway, 5-foot hallway, doesn't make any difference to me.
It goes from like this to like this. Okay,
Right.
It still turns sideways.
Oh, look, another door.
Tell me, Ignatius, what do your dwarf eyes see?
Let me give you... Can I do a perception check?
Yes, go ahead.
I get that's a natural 1 plus 6, so a 7.
The
I
door.
ain't seen shit!
The
I
door.
see.
It's unlocked.
I think the door's unlocked, is what I see. What do you see?
Mainly cataracts.
I examine the door with my good eye.
Roll me an investigation if you're examining it.
Investigation. Oh, that's even worse. Oh,
Well,
look
you
at
just
that.
gotta
A
perceive the
natural
door.
one. So, you know what? F all this. I'm using my... Nah, I'm not going to use my second one.
At least the natural ones are balancing out the natural 20s.
I got I got a natural one and a reroll for a 10.
The door. Unlocked.
I'm feeling very confident. Both of them have diligently examined this door, so I'm going to open it and walk through.
As you walk in,
I'm just behind him.
lights up here for you.
I'm behind him.
You're in a normal room. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors and one grated door with bars.
Can we search the room, see if there are any arrows in here?
Yes, roll me either perception or investigation.
My choice?
I'll let you choose, because if you're examining for the arrows, that's fine. If you're just perceiving for the arrows, that's your choice as well. I'm gonna leave that up to you guys from now on for the arrows.
I'll take perception this time. Oh, that fell off.
Yeah, so your characters would know if you're getting on your hands and knees and investigating, or you're just looking around for an arrow.
That's going to be a 6.
No arrows. Doesn't look like there's any in here.
I got a 9.
No arrows. Anyone else
like
want
to-
to try?
I would like to look through the grated door.
That's a 23 for me.
You just look at you. Quinn, you look, and there's darkness on a hall.
May I have a piece of that spider leg, please?
Why?
Because I asked nicely.
I think he's going fishing.
This is dinner.
Yes, but for us or something else?
I mean, fine. I give them a piece of the spider meat. Just a small piece.
I stick it through the grates.
Stick your hand through the grate with the piece.
Throw it in there as far as I can.
You
So
hear
I have
a
10
thud.
pounds. I'll give him 1 pound.
Okay. You hear a thud as it hit the wall.
I think we're okay.
All right. As you say, boss.
What'd you like to do?
Can you go get that
Ignatius, you had a rolled for arrows.
Like
Yeah.
a 24.
back? 23.
This door, right
Uh-huh.
here, there is a star shape.
Ooh, this door seems lucky.
Let's go through that door.
Question. When you say this door seems lucky, what precisely does that mean to you?
Well, you know, there's arrows. There's arrows, and then there's
numbers.
There's
Oh my god, you're the
arrows,
worst.
and
Take one back.
there's stars, and there's X's. So this one has a star. So that seems like a good omen to me.
Have we seen any stars before?
Nope.
Ah. So you're basing
You
this
want to see some
entirely on
stars? You want to
nothing.
see some beautiful stars? You come back to my village with me, and I'll show you some stars.
I
It's
feel
a
like
little-
Doom of
it's a
Thorn
little
is
bit
trying to
early
tell
for you
us
to
this
take
is
me
a good
home.
omen.
to meet your parents, but I do appreciate the gesture.
Phil, do you think this is an omen from Doom of Thorn?
It could be.
Doomthorn, of course, being the god of stars.
Well, he's a god of many things. Everything from gyms to mining to death. And that's why we respect him.
He is the keeper of secrets under the mountain.
I might know
Well,
something.
that all makes sense to me. I'm gonna step back as far away from the door as I can. After
Trust
you,
in
gentlemen.
Doom of Thorn. I go through the door.
Right.
I'll put my faith on the line.
He
And
goes.
his face as well.
He goes through my door.
Stop it. I'm gonna give you 5 again.
Open the door, and with such confidence, you just open the door and you walk in. And I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw as you almost fall down the stairs. It's like a little laundry closet size
16.
stairs. Okay, yeah. You take a step and you're like, oh crap. Okay, stairs.
Hey, stairs. See, my faith holds
Luckily,
strong.
OSHA has been to this particular dungeon and made them install handrails.
So you
As a
guys did
question.
find the stairs down. Yes.
Well, as a question for the party, since we have found the stairs, we could obviously proceed down, or we could continue to explore this level and see if we find anything of use.
I mean, we know if we go back up, things are gonna change. If we go down, things might get harder than they are here, you know? So, what if we, I don't know, spend some time clearing out this whole place?
I will agree to it as long as
We
do
avoid
not-
the X spot?
Yes.
I'm not much one for omens, but a big X over an archway and crunching.
A star can
Shattering
be
noises.
interpreted many ways.
Y'all
An X really only has the one.
You say such contradicting things. Let's clear it out, but not this place. Do you not have faith in yourselves?
You're a weird one.
I'm with him.
So how about this door right here, conveniently located next to the door with the stairs?
You would
Be
like
my
to-
guest.
Okay.
I
Would
open
you
that
like
door.
to open the door, mac and cheese?
Yes.
Leads down a hallway.
Hey, look, a hall. I start walking down the hallway.
Goes around a corner and there's another hallway.
Hey, look, another hallway.
Leads upward.
I'm following.
Hey, look, upwards.
It leads to the iron gate.
I would like to
And
pick
you
up
find a piece of spider meat on the ground.
I was just gonna say, I point and I go, you know what? I think that's yours.
Thanks. I put it back in my inventory.
Is there a lever or something to open the gate?
On this side, no.
Oh, okay. Well, then we just walk back around
Okay.
and go to the next door.
All right.
That's conveniently next to the gate.
So you're gonna open this door, and you're gonna see a hallway.
Oh,
And
look,
as you proceed
a hallway.
down the hallway, we're gonna stop because it's almost 8:30 at night, and I know you guys. In Texas time is what? 11?
10:30.
10:30.
Yeah, almost 11. But we're gonna stop there. But I'm not going to let you go without giving you only a small sprinkle, little treat. As a DM, I'm gonna let you go to level 4
That doesn't bode well.
because that's why I'm gonna let you go to level 4.
Thanks for sprinkling on me.
I'm sprinkling on you because you guys are deciding to stay and continue with level 1 dungeon. So, go ahead and you can level up to level 4 and we'll play again. Thank you to everyone who listened tonight. If you did listen, if you didn't listen, we're going to listen to it ourselves. Other than that, I do hope everyone has a wonderful night.